Hey, how's it going, you guys? Okay, so I had been a big fan of Felice Herrig. I just, I feel that in the last fight, maybe, I don't know if it was the wrong game plan or if it was, it, it, I don't want to call it hesitation because her third round was really good in her fight against Carolina. Um, I thought she was gonna win that fight. She was the underdog in that fight. I thought she was gonna win, and she didn't. She lost the decision, and Carolina was able to win the first and second round. Yep, she won the first and second round from what I could recall, and that's what set Carolina up for that fight against Jessica Andrade. That's about to happen soon. But talking about Felice. Felice was doing good at the end of the fight. You know, Felice is a good fighter. She's strong. She has good stand up skills. It just depends on how she mixes things up. The timing. That's just what I saw in the last fight. I feel she picked it up a little bit too late. You know, some fighters take a certain time to wake up and to get things started. You know, some fighters feel like they need to get hit, or some people do react more when they do get hit. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the case is. Fighting is a fucking crazy thing. I don't fight. You know, I'm just going off of based of things what I see. You know, and she, obviously she held her own against Carolina, and she did well at the end. You know, she won the third round. From what I saw, but like I said, it was a little too late. And she's going up against Michelle Waterson, and Michelle's coming up against that win against Courtney in Arizona. She did well. She held her own. She was able to push Courtney with those kicks, and she was able to dictate the distance, and she was able to put on flurries and combinations, and I remember I do believe she did have takedowns. I'm not sure if she had submission attempts, but from what I remember, she was showing octagon control, and just imposing her will as a veteran. You know, obviously she's a stud. She's trained with the Greg Jackson camp, from what I could recall. But yeah. What do I think is gonna happen in this fight? It just depends. You know, Felice is, like I said, Felice is big. Felice could she could win in a lot of ways if she's able to dictate the aggression that she outputs, or whatever her output is what I'm trying to say. If she's able to somehow because Michelle, she's really good. She has great stand up, but that's if you allow her to have that. Felice is so good that she doesn't really have to stand up with her. She could just use all her wrestling and dominate in that fashion. But it just depends. It just depends on what she which Felice comes out. You know, which monster comes out. You know, it just depends. But Michelle, it has been looking good lately. So I'm sure the odds makers might make Michelle favorite, and that's deservingly so. So who do I think is gonna take that fight? You know, if I had to put money on it, yeah, probably Michelle. You know, at this time, so we'll see what happens.